So hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is a bit of an impromptu vlog really today, really only applicable for Canon R7 users. I know there are many people on my channel that are Canon shooters, and especially the Canon R7. So we're going to talk about today is the Canon update from 1.4 to 1.5. Now this isn't actually a significant upgrade in terms of more Gucci features within the camera. It's more about fixing the bugs that are present in the camera. Now for myself, I know there's a few other users out there that I've discussed the problems with the R7 with regards autofocus, the IS, hunting a lot on the background, etc. I'm really hoping that this firmware obviously fixes those issues. Okay, there's quite a few issues it does fix, and we'll run through those shortly. So for you guys that who are Nikon, who are Sony, Olympus shooters, etc., obviously this video isn't for you, but it's just primarily for the Canon R7 users. Okay, one of those things about firmware updates, and it really applies to everybody, no matter what camera manufacturer you've got, is good to keep up to date with the firmware. Lots of people don't even bother, and I've done workshops before and people are going, firmware, what do you mean firmware? I don't think people always understand that cameras do notoriously have bugs when they're released. There's stuff that they find out after rigorous use and testing, certain climatic conditions, etc. Things can appear a bit dodgy with your camera. You get error 20, error 70, error 30. Loads of stuff comes up and you wonder what the heck's that all about? And Canon then realise there are a few bugs in certain situations, so they bring out fixes, so firmware fixes. And they are very, very straightforward. And I'll put some links in the vlog description below to Canon's website for the R7 1.5 firmware update. Okay, so they're vitally important, guys, to fix those problems. It could be AF, memory card functions, could be if you're using it in certain climatic conditions, as I said, low light, harsh light, varying backgrounds, overcast backgrounds, etc. So really good thing, guys, for you to concentrate and make sure you check. You can register with your camera manufacturer as well, and make sure that anything that comes out in an update then comes to you, and then you can update your camera accordingly. It's very, very easy to do. Okay, so we're just going to run through the Canon 1.5 update. So guys, here we go. Canon R7 here, fitted with the 70-200 f4. And I've already updated this camera, guys, so it's already done for me. And I have done some basic testing outside, and already I found that there's some vast improvements on that AF, and especially the IS with the RF glass fitted. Haven't actually tried it with the EF, but I'm sure it's pretty much the same. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to read through verbatim, so word for word off the Canon website. So firmware version 1.5.0 incorporates the following enhancements and fixes. So number one, it enables the RF S3.9mm f3.5 STM dual fisheye lenses to be compatible with the designated camera. So obviously there, guys, that's only applicable for people with that RF fisheye lens. Okay, additional support there for the software development assistant kit. So that's ED SDK, CC API. That's number two. The next one, the following issues have been fixed. 3.1. Fixes an issue that may cause the camera in rare instances to experience a delayed restart after the camera has gone into auto power off. Obviously that is quite an important one there, guys, as well. No one wants a delay in the restart of the camera. You know, you could potentially lose a missed shot there. So that's a good one to be fixed. So 3.2 fixes an issue that under specific circumstances and in rare instances may prevent the image from being displayed in the viewfinder or on the screen, causing the camera to stop operating, where an error code 70 may be displayed. Now, I haven't experienced any error codes with my camera as yet, but that's another important one to bear in mind. Okay, moving on to 3.3. Fixes an issue that may cause the in-body image stabilizer not to initialize when a vibration occurs when the camera is turned on. An error code 20 may be displayed. I don't know if anybody's experienced error code 70 or error code 20 since using the R7. If you have, please let me know in the vlog description below. It'd be great to know. I obviously haven't myself, but that then fixes those errors within the camera. Moving on to 3.4. Fixes an issue that may result in error code 70 being displayed when the user is shooting in A+ mode or with the camera set to AI Focus AF. Another vitally important one there, guys, as well. 3.5 fixes an issue that may cause the card access lamp to start flashing and the camera to not operate normally when shooting small subjects. Now, I myself have had a few problems like that when shooting small in the frame subjects. So that 3.5 is applicable to me. This definitely just then recorrects any of those errors that may occur. Okay, and the 3.6 is the last one, which fixes an issue that may cause the camera to continue shooting when the user presses the shutter button and another button at the same time. So that is a big issue for me. When I'm shooting back button focus, which I do, so AF and I shoot, so that potentially shooting, button at the same time, focus, shooting, that may cause a big issue there. So that one there fixes an issue that may cause the camera to continuously shoot when the user presses the shutter button and another button at the same time. So that's all the fixes. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things there that's now been fixed on this update from 1.4 to 1.5. So I think you'll agree, guys, that's well worth the firmware upgrade on that. So if you haven't actually done any firmware upgrades at all since you had the camera, so you're still at factory default, as soon as you install version 1.5, that will then give you all of the updates up to that point. You don't have to then do it incrementally from 1.4 then to 1.5. You can install 1.5, which will then correct all the problems from before. So guys, that very short video of the Canon R7 1.50 update from the firmware. It was released last month, and that's June 2024. That really is it, guys. If you've got any questions, please leave them in the vlog description below. I put a link to the Canon website in the US and Europe as well. Just click on there. You've got the Windows or the Mac download. Download it. It's quite straightforward. Extract the file and then drop it into your memory card. And then bingo, straight into the root directory. You can do it via the Canon app, you can do it via Camera Connect, all sorts of stuff. I like doing it the old school way by downloading it to my SD card. Just making sure, guys, as well that you've got a fresh battery in there and it's not going to switch itself off. And make sure as well, when you're doing a firmware update, is not to press any buttons at all on the camera and interfere with the firmware update process. Just literally correct firmware and then go from there. The screen's disabled in touchscreen mode. You have to use the toggles and stuff to select. Once you do that, hit the OK button, and then that firmware will then install. Once it's finished, it will let you know it's finished from one version to the next. You'll hear the camera reset, and then it's good to go. So, hope you found it interesting, guys. It was really just for those people that I've really spoke to that have had problems with the Canon R7, which has been frustrating a lot of us, especially with those AF issues. Especially that contrast in background, focusing on the background, not on the subject in front. Mine goes all over the shop sometimes, and I've missed loads and loads of shots. So I'm hoping, and I've tried it briefly outside on a very small flycatcher, and it seems to be so much better. I'll do an update as I do a video in the field, and just to see if that's going to make a great deal of difference. Well, I'm sure it is. And I've already spoken to a few people who've said that they've noticed a significant difference in the performance of the IS and the AF as well. So thanks for joining today, guys. Hope you found that useful. I'll see you all next time.